So recently I've had some comments about the way that I shave a rotary style shaver like this Philips i9000, and because I don't shave in circular motions, people are coming to saying, why do you not shave in circular motions? Even some guys go as far as saying, I'm not happy with that comparison because you're not shaving the correct way and blah blah blah. I think some guys are just kind of trolls, and they jump in and throw in a negative comments and then just disappear and don't really get into any dialogue with me. However, some guys are genuinely interested in, you know, why do I not shave in circular motions? Now, Philips and other companies state to shave in circular motions because you'll catch more hairs that are growing in various directions. That makes sense. If hairs are growing all in various directions, that's going to help by circling it somewhat, rotating it. However, for myself and for some of you guys maybe, I know the pattern of my hair growth. I know that on the cheeks of my face, my hair grows, my beard grows down that way, down that way, down that way. And then under my chin it grows that way. The same, it grows that way, slightly at an angle, all the way across there. There it grows straight. There, underneath here, it grows in some various directions, a little bit there. So my argument with to just follow this small rotations, circular motions, was, well, my hair doesn't grow in various directions. And because I come from a background of shaving with all different razors, that's multi-blade razors, safety razors, even straight razors. Now, with a straight razor, try going around in circular motions with one of them, it's not going to happen, is it? But using these razors, I had to learn the exact pattern of my growth. I more or less know every group of hairs that I have on my face. So why would I find it necessary to shave in circular motions to get hairs that are growing in different directions when they're growing that way? So if I was going to shave with the grain, I'd go down. If I want to go against the grain, I'd go upwards. However, some guys are going to have hair other places on their face that grows in multiple directions, so I kind of get that. Something I want to note that with Philips is that this is the Philips S9000 Prestige. Now on the website, my review, I have noted this, where the top of these heads, if you take a look at the heads on these, there are some lines there. Now them lines protrude, and these lines are supposed to guide the hairs while you're shaving. Now if I was shaving in circular motions, why would they have lines there? That wouldn't make sense, because they're not going to be guided then. So that's something that I'd noticed. That's also the same on the Philips 5000 series. You know, it's got them straight lines there to help guide the hairs. Even Philips has said that, guide the hairs while shaving in circular motions. However, the i9000, that's slightly different at the top here, that they have lines that go straight and then they curve round at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is do a demo shave where I shave on one side in circular motions and lightly, as a company like Philips advises, and what the guys that are watching some of my video reviews of the rotary style shavers, what some of them guys are expecting. Then I'm going to shave on the other side with what I'm comfortable with, which is usually a couple of circles, and shaving with the pattern of my growth as I shave with any other razor. But I would say that once you find out these different various techniques, find out what works for yourself. I mean, that's what I do. I do what works for myself. When somebody comes onto my channel and my website and says, you're doing it wrong, you should do it this way, it's the same as the guys with who are traditional wet shavers, and they say, they give comments like on multi-blade razors, you know, razors like you know, the Gillette's, like, oh, trash, there's too much metal on your face, throw them away and have one of these safety razors. There's some guys also with the electric shaver saying, right, you don't rotate it, you're doing it wrong. There ain't no wrong way, but just learn it. I suggest just learn the pattern of your growth and learn to navigate around your own face with what works for you, not, you know, based on find out what advice is out there from these companies. I mean, I wouldn't just take everything from one of these companies, but from the companies plus other people, and then see what works for yourself. But anyway, let's grab a mirror and then do one side of the face, as I said, with Philips method of using the electric shaver, and with me just going with the flow of what works for me. Just to mention as well before we get started that Philips stating that we should shave gently, that's a good idea if you have sensitive skin. If you pick up irritation easier, then the obvious thing is less strokes and more gentle, do more of a gentle shave. If you don't have sensitive skin or get flare-ups, then my view, and obviously more pressure you can put, and you don't have to be so light with it, and you can get a closer shave. So I've got about 4 days of growth here. This is the maximum I'd want to shave with a rotary or an electric shaver. Otherwise I'm going to be using a trimmer to trim it down slightly. But this is quite heavy growth, and I've got coarse growth as well, so it makes the shaver have to do a bit of work. Okay, so the right hand side, I'm going to be using the shaver in circular motions as stated by Phillips, and also going quite light, trying to be quite light with it. And we'll see what the result is on that side. Then the other side I'm going to shave as what suits me, how I usually shave, and we can see what gives me the best result. I've actually done this recently 3 times before. I want to make sure I've got it correct and it's right for me. And because some people, that give me comments and recommendations, they might be right. I'm not always 100% right, or it might be best suited for me, but not best suited for you. Anyway, let's fire this up and let's get going. So small circular motions. I'm sure there's going to be somebody out there saying, no, you're supposed to do bigger circles or something. This is just the internet, isn't it? This is the internet, and YouTube is what people do. They like to make comments. You'll see that I've still stretched the skin somewhat. I don't see how I can do it with my hand like without moving my skin somewhat. That's just what has to be done as I see it. I'm doing it fairly light there. Okay, I think that's about that for that side. Right, okay, it's not bad, yeah. I can feel some more stubble there. Right, okay, let's do this side. As I said, my growth, my hair growth grows that way down there. That's down there. Nothing in multiple directions there. Nothing in multiple directions there. Then it grows to the side there. That's a weird thing. Now that would be quite good rotating in circles there if I did not know the pattern of my growth, because I don't have to do circles. I mean, it don't make sense to me that I'm going to do circles when, like I said, I know the direction. I'm going over areas where the head, it's not going against the grain. Anyway, let's just get on with it. So I'm just straight up against the grain and a little bit more pressure. I can actually hear that cut in the hair now. So the moustache, I'll make a few circular motions there. For my skin taut. Okay, the hair grows that way, so I'm going to push the shaver that way. See, I do the odd circular motion, don't I? Watch myself now. See, I do the odd circular motion, just not all the time. Okay, let's see where we're at. Okay, that side's got quite a bit of stubble there, a few longer hairs that have been left over, and there, pretty much standard. Yeah, quite a bit there. I can feel much more there. This side, a few hairs left there, but a lot closer, a lot closer. Yeah, both sides need more going over again, you know, like a second pass, but this side's a bit closer and less leftovers, slightly. And let's see, we keep going in circles. Do I clear this up properly, or do I need to do another technique to clear up after doing circular motions? Right, back to that side where I'm free to do whatever I wish. By the way, this is the Philips i9000 Prestige, and it's leaving quite a lot of leftovers. I haven't reviewed this yet. I'm going to be doing a review, but I've been using it for about a month now, so close to a month. But look, it's struggling to pick up some hair there. So let's see if the circular motion has helped there. Maybe it will. It has done in the past. Yeah, no, not really. They're still there. Actually, maybe I've got to use the trimmer to get rid of those. Not even that's not removing them. Blimey, that is a stubborn spot, isn't it? Actually, the only way for that, to get rid of that, was to pull the skin taut and to put more pressure. If I'm going to do a light shave and circular motion, I'll have to just keep that hair there. That doesn't make sense. You know what, it's looking like a combination of circular motions going against the grain and moving in what direction suits you or me best. There's no hard and fast rule. But definitely, if there's any leftovers, the only way to go over them is against the grain, up and down, and with some pressure. That's obvious for what I'm doing here, what I'm demonstrating. Got a nice shave now. This is something to do as well as make the skin taut. This is something you do when you're using safety razors or straight razors. Is that you do skin pulling. You skin pull and then you shave so you can get a closer shave, and it means less strokes as well, less shaving strokes, which in turn will mean less irritation. Okay, so about done there. Oh, decent shave. Yeah, so I think the bottom line for me is both methods will work. If you've got the hair growing in multiple directions, then some circular motions, if you get irritation, are maybe a little bit lighter, and working as well, shaving against the grain and with a little bit more pressure and with a bit of skin pulling. So that's about it. So if anybody makes a comment on any of the shave reviews and wonders why I'm shaving in the manner I do, you can come to this video. Now the next electric shaver video is going to be for this i9000, Philips i9000 Prestige. So I'm ready to do the review on this now. If you'd like to stay up to date with the latest reviews that are coming out, do hit subscribe when you get a notification once the video's live. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.